you keep, but what you need is a really good gate to defend it. Now, is this the first gate? No. Sorry? No. Okay, that little gate. Now, this gateway was built in Tudor times. It was built for one reason. We had quite a famous visitor in Tudor come here in 1575, and that was Elizabeth I. But this gateway was built for her to come here. Now, it is thought that the gate replaced an earlier one that was part of a concentric castle. Does anyone know what a concentric castle is? A concentric... That's it. It's a castle with more than one outer wall. Now, the curtain wall is there. You can see it going round all the way round. Okay? If you've got a concentric castle, what you've got is an extra wall going down. Now, when you go down the hill, look up at where the Gelada bank is, just the other side here, and you will see stone sort of popping out. That stone is quite possibly the remains of a concentric wall that they tried to build, but it never worked here because the hill was too steep and it made the wall unstable. Okay? Now, even though you've got that gate, you have got this, and this is a fantastic gate. This is called a triple gate. Where you're stood now, you are standing in the moat. The moat was 23 metres, 21 feet deep, and between 4 and 5 metres wide. Now, when you go around the zoo, I'm sure you'll want to see the penguins and you'll want to see the sea lions. If you see them, you're seeing the moat as well, because they live in the remaining part of it. Okay? But even though you've got a moat, was the moat clean? No, moats were the cesspits of the castle. All your rubbish went into the moat. Okay? So you wouldn't exactly want to swim over it to get to the entrance of the castle. So what gate did they put on? Anyone? Drawbridge. You put a drawbridge. That's the big one that comes down, and that's what is in this first part of the gate. Okay? To defend your drawbridge, you put 2 towers in. Okay? These are called Barbican towers, and they're smaller versions of the big drum towers, and you can fill these with archers really quickly. Now, these literally sat in the moat. And this little bit here is actually an arrow slit. They're not going to be shooting at your ankles, are they? Okay, so that means the ground here has been raised up over the years, and we think as much as 150 feet. Now, you've got your drawbridge, so if you come here, okay, in this area you put portcullis, but our portcullis was backed up by 2 big oak doors, and where you're stood, just there, was a 21-foot drop pit as an extra defence. So when the drawbridge fell, it didn't come down straight, it actually pivoted to cover the drop pit. Okay, you come in. So what was in this one? What was there? What gate was there? What was there? 4 colours with 2 big oak doors. But this gateway actually has another couple of extra defence. In the roof, there's 2 bricks in an L shape. And can you see those? Big red bricks. That originally was open, okay? And that's called a murder hole. Tar, I wouldn't set it on fire. You've got 2 big oak doors.
Watch your back, please. Move to one side, please.
gets a bit embarrassing when you go to another castle and say, guess what I did last week at my own gateway down. Okay, so these two, what they've actually put down would be things like sewage, dead bodies, red hot sand, boiling water, tar, anything they can literally get their hands on. Now the sewage and the dead bodies are called to cause infection. You've fought your way up that hill, you've got to here. If you're going to have the odd cut, you're going to have the odd graze. Can you imagine some of the lovely diseases you'd get if you got sewage in a cut? Okay? Now you could see what was happening in the gateway from here. This is called a porter's window, and it was for the gatekeeper who had his rooms next door to look out into the gate to see what was going on. It could be used as a second murder hole. Now the two walls this side, date from the 11th century. So these would have been around just after the first castle was built here. Okay, the two portcullis doors were actually put on in the 1300s. Okay, now this gateway was so strong it's never been breached. Nobody's got through this gate. King Stephen in the 1100s came here, attacked the castle, couldn't get through the gate, and in a pitch of rage, he burnt the town down instead. Okay, so the gate was very key to the defence of the castle. Okay, right, if you want to come this way. Okay, so just looking at it from this side, the gate was actually a two-floor building. Where you've got the two doors there, okay, oh, the two windows, sorry, that was the door. The two windows there, that would be the guardhouse. The top floor would actually house the mechanism for the drawbridge. Okay, now the door, if you have a look, is quite high up, isn't it?
That's the door.
That's the door. Right, so listen, the door here would have had a pair of wooden steps coming down here. So if you're attacked and they do get through here, you can run up the steps and set fire to them so no one can follow you. Okay? And it is thought there was a way to get from here up to the keep. This building here, the Grey Lady, was actually built in 1690. Okay, so and where you're standing is a separate moat around this part of the keep. So the actual way to get to the keep would have been up through there, and we can tell that by the arrow loop that's just on that piece of wall there. Okay, so you'd have gone that way up to the castle, up to the keep, sorry. All the cobbling and the steps were put in by the Victorians, who did quite a bit of damage to castles. Right, so this is for defence. That part down there, that's for comfort. Okay, castles around Tudor times were drafty, they were cold, they were dark, so they weren't used as much. And what people started doing was building palaces. And that's what that bottom end of the castle is. It's a palace. Okay? We're just going to look at one more feature for defence and why the castle was built here, and then we'll look at the domestic range. If you want to come.